Hello everyone. It's been a minute. I told myself I wasn't gonna post a video for the rest of this year, I guess. But so much has been going on, man. Dating sucks. Let me start with that. In 2025, it just sucks. Still dealing with the fact that, I guess I shouldn't be trying to date when I'm still trying to like process what happened to me with the previous situation where I literally just got completely heartbroken, brain fucked, emotionally manipulated, slapped in the heart. I don't know. But yeah, man, at the end of the tunnel, there is, always that shining light that shows you that there are still better days. But I'll talk about that towards the end. So first, dating. Or in a previous situation, I gave so many free passes and forgiveness to a particular individual that I've kind of just ran out of, anybody in the future having the opportunity to like make a mistake. And that's not fair. And, I need to realize that, people are human, people making mistakes, people do kind of jump the gun. And, because a lot of people still deal with their past trauma. So I feel like, you should try your best not to carry it on to any new situation or relationship. But it's hard to do, man. It's especially, when you still like harbor some type of emotion or feeling and, certain things trigger you in a way towards like, nope, I'm good. And then you check out. Situation: hung out with a young lady. Good and great. Played a few games, had a few laughs, and called it a night. Nothing crazy happened. And the next day, she texted me, and in the midst of texting her back, I get a phone call from a random number, and it was her. And I'm like, why is she calling me from a random number? She left a voicemail saying, "Hey, I thought we had a great time last night. Why did you block me?" And in my head, I'm like, damn, did I mistakenly block you, but some kind of way? Because my phone does do stupid stuff. And I checked. Of course, I didn't block her. I tried to call her, and it went to voicemail. And I'm like, oh, okay, that happened before. No big deal. Called her again, and it rung a few times. And, of course, it seemed like she was ignoring me, but she was at work too. I was like, hey, I tried to call you twice, but I don't know what's going on. And I didn't block you on anything. So she called me back. She was like, hey, yeah, I tried to text you, and the message didn't go through. And in my head, I'm like, so that you just automatically assume I blocked you? And for me, like that kind of tells me that's like kind of a past traumatic situation where maybe somebody ghosted her, or maybe she was like in a relationship and that person just blocked her so they can do their own thing. Which for me, that wasn't the case. I was laying in bed. I was like, well, clearly you're not blocked. You just call me right now. And she was like, oh, I have an iPhone. I was like, yeah, I got an Android. Sometimes that does happen. Anyways, man, long story short, I told myself I was just going to step away from that situation because something tells me if I don't pick up a phone call or I respond to a text within an ample amount of time, I'm just going to feel the ramifications or like kind of suffer the consequences simply because, I wasn't available. For me, it actually triggered a past experience where I was talking to a girl. And I was at home, not doing anything. And I think she did something to like piss me off. So I was kind of ignoring her. She knew what she did. I started getting a random text from another number that I'd never seen before. This was so long ago, right? And, the person was like, hey, you remember me? And I was like, yeah, sure. I remember you. Not really. And, they started like saying, hey, meet me at the bowling alley. I was like, yeah, sure. I'll be there. Yeah. What time? And it was a girl I was talking to. She was texting me from her friend's number, and she was like, "Oh my god, how are you gonna go meet up with someone? And we're supposed to be talking and dating." And I was like, "What are you talking about? I'm not going anywhere." And she was like, "I was texting you from my friend's number." I was like, "Okay, first of all, why are you playing games like that?" And in the midst of all that happening, she got so mad. She sent me a picture of her sleeping with another guy. And I'm like, "Damn, bro. Like, why would you send me that? I'm literally at home, not doing anything. And just because I texted some random number saying, yeah, I'll meet you somewhere, I had absolutely no desire to meet up with some random person I didn't know. But anyways, man, so yeah, that triggered something in me. And so I told the girl I hung out with last night that I'm just going to walk away and just kind of do my own thing. And, she was like, yeah, cool. I understand. I get it. I jumped the gun. And I don't know, man, that for me, like dating in 2025, man, like this is my second swing and a miss for this year. Cause I'm being very selective of like who I, try to spend time with and hang out with. But right now, man, I think I'm just not going to talk to nobody. Like, even if I get approached, even if I get messages, dating apps or whatever, I'm just going to like, I don't know. Of course I need to just delete those accounts altogether, Yeah. So anyways, dating sucks. Moving on. The light at the end of the tunnel. I have a new job supposed to be starting in a few weeks, and it's a brand new adventure, I guess you could say. And it's kind of crazy because all the previous jobs I had kind of like set me up to like start this new adventure in this new type of world. So most of my background is medical insurance, customer service. But the job I have now, or I'm about to start, crazy enough, is at a law firm. So never thought in a million years I'd say that. And it's actually a pretty well-known law firm. Like they have commercials and ads all over the place. If I were to say the name, you would know it. But of course, I'm not going to announce that because there are crazy people out in this world. I've had a few stalkers. I'm just going to focus on the job, soak up as much information as I can, make as much money as I can. I've already talked about transferring. There was like, yeah, we want you to possibly be in this office for at least a year before you decide to transfer, because they have offices in Florida. They have offices, of course, in Atlanta, Alpharetta. They have offices all over the, Southeast and the East Coast. So yeah, man, I think that's just it for me, bro. Nobody is looking for love anymore like that. People consider love to be a business nowadays. It's a transaction. You only get love if you're giving them something. Nobody just gives love anymore just because they want to, and it's just something that comes natural for them. I would say this, my ex, Jade, she gave love out of the kindness of her heart. She gave love because she did in fact love me, and I fucked that up. So I will say that. Every person I've met since then, the room that's given to you nowadays to make an error is so small. For myself included, and for anybody I meet. It's just how things are, man, because nobody wants to feel like they're wasting their time anymore. A homegirl of mine said this to me. She met a guy, and she's getting to know him, and she says it's going really good. And she said when she hangs out with him, she says it feels like home. And I was like, damn, man, that's what I want. And the crazy thing is, I had a previous situation where the girl said that to me. Anytime she was with me, she was like, I'm just so calm and relaxed when I'm with you. It just feels like I'm at home. But of course, she was married. So bullshit. Anyways, man, that's it. Yeah, if you watched at the end of this video, I know this was just a bunch of bullshit of me ranting. Kind of got to get things off your chest when they're there, right? Otherwise, if you keep things bottled in, man, it's only going to fester and boil and mess with you later. All right, that's it. That's all I got for today. Enjoy your weekend. Work out. Eat healthy. Eat junk food. Enjoy your life. Go somewhere new. Treat yourself. Do something. Just don't continue to do the same things over and over again expecting a new result.